Guten Morgen, muchachos. How are you doing? Welcome back to Football Digest Daily. My name is Nyasha. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Now, Football Digest Daily, we just do a quick recap of what was happening over the weekend. We had quite some sporting activities. If you don't know, by the NBA is back. Of course, we had match week 10 happening in the Premier League. We had the Kenya Premier League as well happening with some shockers, by the way. We also had the Brazilian Grand Prix. So let's just get right into it. The Kenya Premier League, of course, there was, is it chaos when... Gor Mahia drew with, what do you call it? They drew 2-2 with Rangasil, and the fans were kind of pissed off. And I know they are pissed off because they didn't only the previous game where there was Nairobi City Stars. Yes, Nairobi City Stars beat Gor Mahia last week on Monday, actually a week ago on a day like today. So back-to-back games where Gor Mahia have not won. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's not expected in Kenya, by the way. Also, the league leaders, that's KCB, they were beaten by... Who beat KCB? Is it Mathare United? Another shocker. That's very surprising. You don't expect to see that. So yeah, some shocking results, of course, in the Kenya Premier League. Absolutely, you'll have to see it. In the English Premier League, of course, another series of shocking results. Now, when Arsenal lost in the early kickoff on Saturday, I was very pissed off, of course. We were very lackadaisical, lackluster performance. Every bad word, every bad adjective you can use it on Arsenal that day. We were just not out for it. Newcastle were, and the one chance they were crystal clear or they were clinical enough is the one they got, and that's all they needed. Arsenal are not up to speed. I don't understand why. Like when the cross was made, the jumping by Gabriel Magalhaes was late, something I'm not used to seeing. He's always up there for such crosses, but fantastic cross by Newcastle, fantastic cross by Anthony Gordon, and it was made beautifully by Alexander Isak. Now, Isak, if he was auditioning for the Arsenal, I think he has passed with flying colors. Yeah, I think he has, because that's all the chance you need, and you are there for it. Arsenal, on the other hand, man, we just huffed and puffed throughout the entire game. We did not create much, in my opinion. If it's not Bukayo Saka who's creating for Arsenal, nobody else is creating. That right wing, if it's not operating, if you can't get goals from that, you're not going to get goals, it seems, man, because the left wing was dead as a dodo. Nobody else was doing absolutely... Nobody else was working, basically. Nobody else got going in that game, to be honest. Thomas Partey is the only other guy I could say kind of looked quite well, operating for, especially the fact that he was operating from a right-back position, of which I don't understand why. Yeah, it worked against Liverpool, and I thought Ben White did not go to Preston North End because of load management, not because he was injured. So why did Ben White not start? So I think for me, I'm done with experimenting Thomas Partey as a right back. That's just not working. Let's just go to basics. Because Thomas Partey, once he came to the midfield, we kind of seemed to have a bit more domination, but it was a tad too late. Because let's be honest, Newcastle absolutely dominated us in the midfield. Mikel Merino, Rice, and Trossard just never worked. It didn't work. Trossard can't create to save his life. Martinelli, I don't know what's going on with that guy. We need to have a conversation with that guy. Kai Havertz is not cooking anymore. And of course, that gets me thinking we need a striker. So yeah, Thomas Partey should just go back to where he operates best as the number 6, and then you can have Rice and whoever else is partnering with Rice in the midfield. All right, as the 2-8s. All right, let's just kill off this thing of having Thomas Partey as a right back. It's not working. I don't like it. So Ben White as right back. Let's just go back to basics, in my opinion. And of course, Timber as left back, and of course, Saliba, Gabriel. These guys are back. So three draws from Arsenal, 2 losses, and 5 wins the first 10. That's absolutely terrible for a team that is for a team that wants to win the league. I think we have bought all the buffer we can need. We have no buffer from now on. This should serve like a proper kick in the backside for us to go on some crazy ass unbeaten run. Because if we don't do that, then you're not winning this league. We are absolutely not winning this league. Liverpool have lost once. Manchester City have lost once. We have lost twice and 3 draws. These guys have lost once. How many draws do they have? I think 2 each. Liverpool, how many draws do Liverpool have? Against Arsenal? Yeah, I think it's just 1 loss and 1 draw for Liverpool, if I'm not wrong. So, yeah, we kind of have now no option other than going on an unbeaten run. Yeah, it's the option that we are left ourselves to it. So, it's kind of crazy. I feel like this is the kick in the backside that we need. If we don't act on it, then we are cooked. So yeah, Arsenal lost. Liverpool are also playing at 6 p.m. because the clocks have turned, and they conceded first against Brighton. Now it's like, so I kind of knew Arsenal to my because I'm like, yeah, Agus has been cooked. Most likely, Ligi may end up a crazy shit happening in other games. And then Liverpool conceded first, and so did Manchester City. And I was like, yeah, this is my chance to do a proper hate watch, and boy, did I do a proper hate watch. Sikumbuki nikikaza design nilikaza your game, man. Honestly, nilikaza hizo game throughout. So Liverpool, of course, they crawled back. Fantastic goal by Mo Salah to give them the 2-1 lead. Manchester City, they never crawled back. They actually conceded the second. I'm like, yes, this is what the doctor ordered for me. Bournemouth. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Vitality Park, I'm a Vitality Stadium. That's a graveyard for big teams, man. If you're a big team and you're going to Vitality Stadium, you might be thinking twice on how you want to approach that game, because those guys have beaten Arsenal and have beaten Manchester City in back-to-back games. I forgot to say, Arsenal have lost back-to-back games. Yeah. Did I say we need a striker? Because if we don't buy a striker by the way, nothing. We'll get absolutely nothing this season. So we need to get a striker. Kai Havertz has done his best. Without Odegaard, you feel like he's not actually clicking. We need Odegaard back. But yeah, I don't want to talk much about Arsenal. I think I'll say much about it in the podcast. Extra Digest podcast, be on the lookout for that. So Manchester City, of course, they consider the second. I'm like, yes, this is it. And then they scored one back at of Guardiola. I'm like, oh goddamn, here we go. They're definitely gonna come back, aren't they? Especially after what I saw against Wolves, I was like, yeah, Imenda. Manchester City want to pick a draw because I wanted Manchester City to lose, man, because they were on this stupid ass unbeaten run. And yeah, I wanted to come to an end. And boy, yes, that was a successful hit watch for me. Not gonna lie. The Liverpool one didn't go according to plan, but the Manchester City one went according to plan and then some. So yeah, everybody has started to defeat the season. No one is invincible. All right, only one invincible in the Premier League, and that is the Arsenal. So I absolutely loved it, but that should not make me, rest on my laurels as Arsenal just because Manchester City have gotten beat and now it's hard to legate. If we don't, and I say this again, if Arsenal does not go on a stupid ass unbeaten run, we are cooked. Absolutely. And if we are going to lose this league, and if Liverpool are going to win this league, if they don't fuck up somewhere in future, this might just be the time when they won it. Because when Manchester City and Arsenal dropped points by getting beat, Liverpool overcame adversity and won their game. Like they made a comeback and successfully won that game. A successful comeback and they won that game. Set themselves apart from Manchester City and the Arsenal. So if they maintain some consistency and maybe go all the way to win the league, I think for me, we might have to look back at game week 10 and say maybe this is where Liverpool won the league. Yeah. So a crazy weekend, ain't gonna lie, a crazy weekend. Other games worth talking about happened on Sunday when Aston Villa absolutely got demolished by Tottenham. Absolutely insane. Now, Tottenham is one crazy team. They beat West Ham 4-0, they got beat by Crystal Palace, then they come beat Aston Villa, and they have beaten Manchester City in the cup midweek. Crazy team. You just cannot understand Tottenham. Don't even bother trying to understand Tottenham. But that was a big win. And of course, the loss at Arsenal on Saturday got me thinking like, yo, I want Aston Villa to maybe get beat if possible or draw. And I want Chelsea to draw or maybe get beat by Manchester United. And before the game week, I'm like, I want Manchester United to get clapped a good one. But then after the results, I'm like, nah, I don't want that. So Tottenham, of course, they beat Aston Villa 4-1. Biggest loss I think Aston Villa have suffered in like a long ass time. I can't recall the last time they got beat like that. They were just not up for it. Then after that, we had Manchester United versus Chelsea, two bang average sides. Well, Manchester United is bang average. Chelsea are, not bang average. Chelsea are really trying. They're doing their best. They're even above Arsenal now, courtesy of the draw and fantastic goal by Caicedo, bro. Yo, sweet strike. Caught it by the laces. Fantastic strike. You like to see it. So 1-0 draw. That was the final result. And now Ruud van Nistelrooy has not lost any game. He's coached for Manchester United, by the way, just so we're clear. Manchester United indeed are hard to beat. Yeah, well, so that's what's happening in the Premier League, man. Of course, some shockers, of course, Arsenal getting beat. Bournemouth beating Manchester City. No one saw that one coming. Also, of course, we have the Brazilian Grand Prix. And I'm going to be honest and say this. I think this season is over. I think Max Verstappen is going to win the championship. He won the Brazilian Grand Prix, and now I think there's like 62 points between him and, is it 62? Yeah, 62 points between him and Lando Norris. Lando Norris was not even in the podium. The podium, we had two guys from Alpine. I'm like, what? Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly. Like, what the hell, man? Like, the Brazilian Grand Prix was bound to be crazy. The rains were crazy. Sometimes I don't look at because the downpour was insane, man. Not gonna lie. The tracks had even water there, so yo, it's a bit crazy, but yeah, out of all that, Max Verstappen came out top, bro. And when he was, Alianza in which position in the grid when the grid came out in the qualifiers? What position was he? Was he number 5? I think it was 5th or something. But yeah, I think for me, he has won the championship out of winning that Brazilian Grand Prix. We have like, I think, three races to go. There's absolutely no way. he's not winning this championship. So yeah, that's what the cookie crumbled this weekend, man. Absolutely loved it. The Kenya Premier League, the English Premier League, the Brazilian Grand Prix. Anything else that is worth talking about that happened this weekend? Absolutely not. Of course, Arsenal getting beat by Newcastle. Now we have no buffer. We have to win all the remaining games. A bit crazy to ask, a bit crazy to say, but that's the kind of option you only have left on the table if you're going to win this league. I feel this league might be one of those where you kind of have an allowance of losing games, but don't be thinking like you can lose 3 games and maybe still win it. I don't think so. You've lost. How many points have you lost so far? 3 games, draws. Those are 6 points lost, plus 6 points lost in the 2 losses. Those are 12 points. That's crazy. I don't think you get the allowance of losing 12 points. So yeah, we absolutely have to get our shit together and go on some crazy ass unbeaten run. Stop playing Thomas Partey as right back. That test is done and dusted. Just have Ben White and Timber as the fullbacks and Thomas Partey in the midfield. Of course, next game we're up against Chelsea. I cannot wait for that game. It's going to be a cracker. We're going to beat Chelsea. I can't wait to see how we do it. We're going to be having a watch party for the same as well. So be on the lookout for it. In the meantime, fire bells and subscribers.